Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning also. May nagtanong sa live for this opening of bids scheduled this morning. So the DPWH-SDN del Norte, Second District Engineering Office will convene for the opening of bids for 6 advertised contracts. So before we officially start, may I ask everyone to please bow our heads. Let us make a final prayer. Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. Thank you for all the blessings that you bestowed upon us. Thank you, Lord. As we continue this activity, we pray you're gonna ignite us. You're gonna give us wisdom, Lord, to be able to decide what is pleasing unto your side. Thank you, Lord, for everything we do for Jesus, we pray. Amen. And I ask you, Lord, for the reading of the attendance.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. May I now read attendance for this morning, bid opening conference. Date, June 18, 2026. Venue, back conference room, DPWH Surigao del Norte Second District, Hearing Office, Surigao City. We have our back chairman, Engineer Arnel C. Capila. Our back vice chairman, Engineer Samson Sandico Jr.
Present.
Our back members, Engineer Rico Higuera Jr., Engineer Steve L. Caprera,
Present.
and Engineer Iso F. Pitano Jr. With 5 out of 5 members are present, the back is informed. And we have also our head of back secretariat, Engineer Maria Covina Ibibero. Back secretariat members, there's only one Walter Ilariusa, and Ma'am Jennifer Crowns.
Present.
And we have also to our observer from Bridge Foundation, Ma'am Marilyn Silansin, and also to our representative, a contractor's representative from LVRO Construction and Supply, Krishna May Siburha, Ma'am Karen M. Gutierrez, represented from ETWLAO Construction, and Engineer Romeo C. Martinez from Rome's Builders. That's all, Mr. Chair.
The hearing the back is in quorum, so we will proceed with the activity for the opening of bids for the first contract ID 26NG0023 QUEZON-MAPAWA-CAPALAYAN-ESPINA-NAVARRO kilometer 1130 plus negative 578 to kilometer 1130 plus negative 492, kilometer 1135 plus 528 to kilometer 1135 plus 9 plus 595. Road section number S00365 mm, CHAINAGE 004 to CHAINAGE 024 with an ABC 4,674,674,600 pesos and a contract duration of 49 calendar days. So for this contract ID, we have one contractor who submitted its bid, the AT Construction Corporation. So for this contract profile processing result, for legal aspects, Mayor's Permit, December 31, 2026, DTI Sec CDA, January 20, 2062, Bearer Tax Clearance, October 13, 2026, Registration, August 14, 2026, Pickup License, September 29, 2027, Pickup Registration, September 5, 2027, Work Experience Pass, NFCC Pass. So we will now open the technical document from AT Construction.
Good morning once again. For TTA Dumla Construction Incorporated, I will read now the original bid documents for the project 26NG 0023 Quezon to Mapawa to Capalayan-ESPINA-NAVARRO Road, kilometer 1130 plus negative 578.30 to kilometer 1130 plus negative 492 and kilometer 35 plus 528 to kilometer 1135 plus 595 is 00365 MN, chainage 004 to chainage 024, Barangay Quezon to Barangay Capalayan, Surigao City, Surigao del Norte. Attach her with certificate of PhilGIPS registration, platinum membership. This certificate is valid until August 14, 2026. Signed. And also the second page, also signed. Attach also the Annex A, list of eligibility documents, SIC certificate, registration date, January 20, 2012, mayor's permit, expiration date, December 31, 2026, tax clearance, expiration date, October 13, 2026, audited financial statement, date of filing, May 5, 2026, and pickup license expiration date, September 29, 2027. Also signed. Also attached here is the certificate of incorporation, signed, business permit, tax clearances, the supplemental written statement, all the pertinent documents attached and signed. Also attached here the annual income tax return, signed, and all the documents mentioned were signed and attached. And also attached here is the pickup license, the regular contractor's license, signed, the statement of all ongoing government and private contract, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts for DEO construction, attached and signed. Second page and third page and fourth page signed and notarized. Also attached here is the notice of award, notice to proceed, and contract agreement attached and signed. Acknowledgement, signed and notarized. Notice to proceed, acknowledgement, notice to proceed, contract agreement, notice to proceed. All the pertinent documents are attached and signed. Attached also here is the SLCC, the single largest completed contract, signed. We attach also the notice of award, notice to proceed, contract agreement, the performance summary reports, the certificate of completion, all mentioned documents attached and signed. Also attached here is the computation of NFCC, the financial documents for eligibility check, attached and signed. Also the ISO 9001-2015 certificate, also attached and signed. Also attached the valid joint venture agreement, not applicable. Also the bid security or the bid securing declaration, attached and signed. And second page also, signed and notarized. Also attached the project requirements, attached and signed, and also the organizational chart, attached and signed. Also the contractor's key personnel for the project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, foreman, and construction safety and health officer. Attached here their letter of nominee for project engineer, project manager, materials engineer, foreman, construction safety and health. Attached and signed. Their biodata also attached, signed and notarized. The letter of nominee for project engineer also attached. The biodata attached and signed. Also the project engineer or resident engineer certificate of employment attached. With PRC ID and the PTR attached and signed. Also the certificate of accreditation for provision project engineer attached and signed. Letter of nominee for materials engineer attached and signed. Also the project materials certificate of employment attached and signed. And also in second page, signed and notarized. Also the biodata for the materials engineer attached and signed. With PRC ID and the certification of accreditation for the materials engineer and the PTR attached and signed. Also attached here is the letter of nominee for foreman attached and signed. The certificate of employment also attached and signed and notarized on second page. Also the biodata for the foreman signed. And also with his driver's license and the ID attached and signed. Also the letter of nominee for construction safety and health signed, and the safety and health officer certificate of employment signed, and second page signed and notarized. Also the biodata for construction safety and health officer signed. The employment record also signed. And also the Pag-ibig ID and the SSS ID attached and signed. With certificate of completion for construction of safety training attached and signed. Also attached here is the contractors major construction and laboratory equipment units. List of contractors major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certification of availability attached and signed. Owned backhoe, bulldozer, plate compactor, water truck or pump, motorized road grader, vibrator roller, transit mixer, concrete vibrator, concrete batch plant, concrete spreader, concrete soap, bar cutter, cargo truck, one bagger mixer, boom truck, backhoe with pavement breaker, attached and signed. All the pertinent documents attached and signed for the contractors major equipment units with OR and CR attached also. and signed. The deed of sale attached and signed. ORCR attached, deed of absolute sale attached and signed and notarized. ORCR or all mentioned documents attached and signed. Attached also here is the affidavit of site inspection. Signed and notarized with JUTAG pictures attached and signed. And also attached here is the omnibus sworn statement attached and signed. And second page also signed and notarized. The authority of signing official or corporation secretary's certificate signed and notarized. Also attached here is the latest general information. The Securities and Exchange Commission attached and signed. The general information sheet or the stock corporation attached and signed. The general information sheet attached and signed. All the mentioned documents attached and signed. And that's all, Mr. Chair. Itidumlaw Construction Incorporated comply technical component as well.
You will now open the financial component from 80 law for contract edited with NB 0083. For the original financial component, 80 law construction for contract edited NB 0023. Financial bid form, contract name, contract patient correct, financial bid form attached and signed. Bill quantity is also signed, detailed estimates also signed on end pages. Cash flow by quarter payment schedule also signed with a big amount offered in words. 4,670,715 pesos and 46 centavos. 4,670,715 pesos and 46 centavos. In figures 4, 670, 715.46.
Copy, sir.
Okay. So since 80 law construction is a loan bidder for this contract ID, therefore the 80 law construction will undergo from post qualification and bid evaluation for the declaration of responsibility. The amount offered by law as rate is 4,670,750 and 46 centavos. So you proceed with the second contract ID. 26 MG 0040. Construction of MPB in Barangay BUNYASAN, MALIMONO, SURIGAO del Norte. With the Navy seal 4,950,000 and a contract duration of 120 calendar days. So as for contract profile processing, so for this contract ID, we only have one contract. And for the record of TUBOD, is there any contractor nagsubmit ng online submission?
Wala, sir.
Wala, okay. So, for the contract profile processing result for NBRO construction in terms of legal aspects, Mayor's permit, December 31, 2026, DTS exceeding September 18, 2028, Mayor tax clearance, November 7, 2026, visit registration, May 21, 2027, PICA license, valid until July 29, 2026, PICA registration, May 3, 2027, work experience pass and FCC pass. So we will now open the technical documents from LBRO construction.
I will read now the LBR of construction and supply for their eligibility and technical components, the original eligibility copy of eligibility and technical components for the project 26NG 0040, construction of multipurpose building in Barangay Bunyasan, Malimono, Surigao del Norte, with coordinates 9.58329 and 125.41157. Barangay Bunyasan, Malimono, Surigao del Norte. Attach her with the certificate of Belgian registration, platinum membership. This certificate is valid until May 21, 2027. Signed and also attach the in second page, also signed. Also attach the Annex 8, list of eligibility documents, DTI certificate, expiration date September 18, 2028, mayor's permit, expiration date December 31, 2026, tax clearance, expiration date November 7, 2026, audited financial statement, date of filing March 25, 2026, pickup license expiration date July 29, 2026. Also attached here is the DTI. Attach the list of eligibility documents unsigned. Also attached here is the DTI business permit. Signed, the mayor's permit. Attached and signed. Also the tax clearance certificate for the BIR. Signed. And also attached here is the pickup license, the regular contractor's license. Attached and signed. Attach also the ongoing project or the statement of all ongoing government and private construction contract, including contracts awarded but not yet started, attached and signed. With notice of award, notice to proceed, and contract agreement for the ongoing project, and the acknowledgement, all the mentioned documents, attached and signed and notarized. The bill of quantities, attached and signed. Also attached here is the LCC, the statement of single largest completed contracts which are similar in nature, attached and signed with notice of award, notice to proceed, contract agreement, and acknowledgement, attached and signed and notarized. Acknowledgement, the certificate of completion also attached and signed. Also attached here is the audited financial statement, the annual income tax return, attached and signed. Annual income tax return, attached and signed. The payment details, attached and signed. The statement of management responsibility for income tax return, attached and signed. Statement of representation, attached and signed. All the pertinent documents, attached and signed. Also attached here is the NFCC, the completion of NFCC, attached and signed. Also the attached here is the ISO certificate, attached and signed. Also attached here is the bid security or bid securing declaration, attached and signed. And also in second page, signed and notarized. Also attached here is the organizational chart, attached and signed. Contractors personnel, For the project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, electrical engineer, master plumber, construction safety and health officer, foreman, and first aider, attached and signed. This contractor certificate of key personnel for the contract, attached and signed. And also in second page, signed. Key personnel affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the project manager, attached and signed, and second page also signed and notarized with PRC ID and the PTR, attached and signed, and the BIR ID also attached and signed. Also attached here is the key personal affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the project engineer, attached and signed, and second page also attached and signed and notarized with PRC ID, attached and signed, and also the PTR, attached and signed. And also the report of rating, attached and signed. Key personal affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the materials engineer, attached and signed, and the second page signed and notarized with PRC ID and PTR, attached and signed. And also his certificate of accreditation for materials engineer, attached and signed. Also attached here is the key personal affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the electrical engineer, attached and signed, a second page signed and notarized with PRC ID, attached and signed. Key personal affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the master plumber, attached and signed, a second page also signed and notarized. Also attached here is the PRC ID for master plumber and the PTR, attached and signed. Key personnel affidavit of commitment to work of the contract, attached and signed, second page signed and notarized with the company ID, attached and signed. Key personnel affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the construction safety and health, attached and signed, second page signed and notarized with the certification of the completion for construction safety and health for site safety officer, attached and signed with PTR, attached and signed. Affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the first aider, attached and signed. The second page also signed and notarized with certification and the Red Cross ID, Philippine Red Cross ID, attached and signed. For the pledge equipment, attached also here is the list of contractors' major construction equipment units to be assigned to the contract on backhoe, bar bender, bar cutter, cutting outfit, dump truck, one bagger mixer, plate compactor, and welding machine. Attached and signed. Also the date of sale, attached, the sales invoice, attached and signed. Sales invoice, delivery receipt, and the ORCR attached and signed. ORCR, all the mentioned documents attached and signed. Also the attached here is the affidavit of ownership, signed and notarized. Affidavit of under purchase agreement, signed and notarized. Also attached here is the material testing or list of contractors' laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract. The standard testing said brush liquid limit device, withdrawing tools, evaporating dish, spatula, graduated cylinder, moisture content, sand density cone, rubber mallet, sand scoop, spoons, straight edge, filled can, trowel, rammer, compaction mold, pan square, crowbar, triple beam balance, concrete cylinder mold, concrete beam mold, thermometer, concrete measure, mixing bowl, concrete mixer, and digital weighting scale. Attached and signed. Also the certification, attached and signed. Also attached here is the inspection report for the material testing equipment, attached and signed, and also the second page, signed and attached. Affidavit of ownership, attached and signed, and the second page also signed and notarized. Also the sales invoice attached, sales invoice, and the delivery receipt attached and signed. Also attached here is the site inspection, affidavit of site inspection, signed and notarized with JUTA pictures, attached and signed, and also attached is the omnibus form statement, attached and signed, and second page also attached and signed and notarized, and also the sworn of relationship and beneficiary ownership, the sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficiary ownership attached and signed, and also in the second page, signed and notarized. Also attached the conflict of interest, signed and notarized. Also the CSHP or the Contractors Construction Safety and Health Program attached and signed. Also in the second page, signed. Also the integrity pledge for DPWH contractors attached and signed. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Ilbero Construction and Supply Compliant Technical Component as well.
Okay, we will now open the financial component for the construction for contract ID 26/040. For the original financial component from LBRO Construction and Supply, so contract ID 26/040, contract name, contract location, correct? Bid form, the design. Bill quantity is also signed. Detail estimate also signed on every pages. Cash flow by quarter and payment schedule also signed. The amount offered in words. 4,929,629 pesos and 83 centavos. 4,929,629 pesos and 83 centavos. In figures 4,929,629.83.
Copy, sir.
Since LBRO Construction is the loan bidder, so the offer bid as bid 4,929,629.83. Therefore, LBRO Construction wants to do post qualification ng bid evaluation that will be conducted by the technical working group for the declaration of lowest calculated and responsibility. So we will now proceed with the third contract ID 26NG0041. So for this contract ID, only one contractor also submitted its bid. The rooms builders. So for contract profile processing the source, in terms of legal aspect for rooms builders, mayor's permit December 31, 2026, with SXCDA October 19, 2028, bearers tax clearance April 28, 2027, produce registration August 14, 2026, pickup license April 19, 2027, pickup registration April 19, 2027, work experience pass, NFCC pass. So we will now open the technical component of rooms builders for contract ID 26NG0041.
Before I read the original copy for technical proposal for the rooms builders, we acknowledge the presence of our back TWG member, General Director, Engineer General Director R. Boyko. Now I will read the original copy for technical proposal for the roads builders for the project 26 in G0041, construction of roads 0 plus 000 to 0 plus 400. Location Barangay Cawilan, Tubod, Surigao del Norte. Attached here with certificate of PhilGIPS, registration, platinum membership. This certificate is valid until August 14, 2026. Signed. And also on second page, attached and signed. Also attached here is the Annex A, the list of eligibility documents, DTI certificate, expiration date October 19, 2028, mayor's permit, expiration date December 31, 2026, tax clearance, expiration date April 28, 2027, audited financial statement, date of filing June 6, 2026, PCAV license expiration date April 19, 2027. Attached and signed. Also attached here is the certificate of registration for the ISO 9001-2015. Signed. The bid securing the declaration attached here and signed. Second page signed and notarized. Also attached the project organizational chart for the contract. Signed. The qualification of key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract. The project manager, project engineer, materials engineer, construction foreman, construction safety and health officer attached and signed. Contractor's certificate of key personnel for the contract attached and signed. The key personnel affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the project manager attached and signed. Second page also signed and notarized with PRC ID and a PTR attached and a CEDULA attached and signed. Key personal affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for the project engineer attached and signed. Also the work experience attached, signed and notarized with PRC ID, CEDULA and the PTR attached and signed. And the DO number 209 for the accreditation for the provisional project engineer attached and signed. Also attached here is the key personal affidavit of commitment to work in the contract for the materials engineer attached and signed. And also the work experience attached and signed and notarized with PRC ID and the PTR and the CEDULA attached and signed. With a certificate of accreditation for materials engineer attached and signed. Key personnel of affidavit and commitment to work on the contract for the foreman attached and signed. Work experience signed and notarized with CEDULA attached and signed. Key personal affidavit of commitment to work on the contract attached and signed with work experience signed and notarized, and the training or the certificate for the construction of occupational safety attached and signed. Also attached here is the list of contractors' major construction equipments to be assigned to the contract, supported by certifications of availability on backhoe, loader, dump truck, bed compactor, water truck, motorized road grader, vibrator roller, transit mixer, concrete vibrator, concrete scrader, concrete saw, bar cutter, one bagger mixer, backhoe, wheel mounted cargo truck, and bar binder. List: bulldozer, dump truck, transit mixer, concrete batch plant, and joint sailor machine. attach, and sign. With sales invoice, attach the deed of sale, attach and sign. The absolute deed of sale, sign and notarize. The ORCR, attach the sale of motor vehicle, sign and notarize. The ORCR sales invoice. All mentioned documents, attach and also sign. Also attached here is the list of contractors' major laboratory equipment or list of contractors' major laboratory equipments to be assigned to the contract supported by certifications of availability. On standard testing seed, graduated cylinder moisture can, field density test, density plate, rifle beam balance, concrete cylinder mold, concrete beam mold, slam cone, brush, sun scope and spoon, volumetric plus with stopper, wire mesh bucket, sun absorption cone and tamper. Attach and sign. Also attach here's the certificate. Sign and also the inspection report for materials testing equipment, attach and sign. And the second page also attach and sign with pictures and sales invoice, attach and sign. Also attached here is the affidavit of site inspection, signed and notarized with JUTAG pictures, also signed and attached. Also attached here is the omnibus sworn statement, signed, and the second page also signed and notarized. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Rooms builders complied technical component as well.
In will now open the technical na financial component from home speakers for contract ID 26 NG 0041. For the original financial component from homes builders for contract ID 26 NG 0041. Bid for contract name, contract location, correct. Bid form, design, bill of quantities also signed. People estimates also signed, and then the pages, special departure and payment schedule also signed, with the bid amount offered in words. 9,590,910 pesos and 34 centavos. 9,590,910 pesos and 34 centavos. In figures 9,590, 910.34.
Copy, sir.
In sa loans builders is loan bidder for this contract ID, therefore bidder will undergo for post qualification and bid evaluation. For declaration of low is calculated bid. So bid as read is 9,590,910 pesos at 34 centavos. So we will proceed with the fourth contract ID 26NG0042, construction of water supply system in MASGAD, Malimono, in Barangay MASGAD, Malimono, Surigao del Norte, with an ABC 1,980,000 with a contract duration of 70 calendar days. So for this contract ID, we'll have one contractor submit its bid, the LBRO Construction and Supply. So since we have already read the technical component of LBRO construction, we will just go directly for the work experience and MFCC of this contractor, and we will also simultaneously open both the financial and technical. Talking sa mga member. So for contract proper processing result of LBRO for this specific contract ID, work experience pass, NFCC pass. So we will now open both the technical and financial component from LBRO construction and supply. For the original technical and financial component from Elvero Construction and Supply for contract ID 26NG0042, bid form, the design, financial title, and location correct. For the financial component, bid form, the design, bill of quantities also signed, detailed estimates also signed on every pages. 3, the bid amount offered in words 1,959,974 pesos and 76 centavos. 1,959,974 pesos and 76 centavos. We in figures 1,959,974.76.
Copy, sir.
So since Silvero is a lone bidder, therefore this contractor will undergo for qualification and bid evaluation to be conducted by the technical working group for declaration of law is calculated and responsibility. So we will now proceed with the second to the last contract ID 26NG0043. So for this contract ID, still have one contractor submitted its bid, still the LDRO Construction and Supply. So same as kanina, diretso na lang ka pag-open sa ilang technical and financial for their work experience as per contract profile processing result, work experience past, and MCC past. So we will now open the technical and financial documents from LDRO Construction and Supply. For the original technical and financial component from LDRO Construction and Supply for contract ID 26NG0043, contract name, contract location correct, bid form signed, bill of quantities also signed on every pages, detailed estimates also signed on every pages, cash flow by quarter and payment schedule also signed with the bid amount offered in words 1,977,743 pesos at 25 centavos. 1,977,743 pesos and 25 centavos. In figures 1,977,743.25.
Copy, sir.
Since Elvero is a loan bidder, its contractor will go for post-qualification and bid evaluation to be conducted by the technical working group for the declaration of the is calculated and responsibility. So we will proceed with the last contract ID 26MG0044. Construction completion multi-purpose building Barangay Cansayong, Malimono, Surigao del Norte with an ABC of 1,980,000 and a contract duration of 86 calendar days. So for this contract ID, isa ka-contractor na nag-submit na bid, which is the LBRO Construction and Supply. So since kanina we just directly open simultaneous open both the technical and financial component for its work experience as per contract profile processing result, pass, NFCC pass. For the regional technical and financial component, from LBRO Construction and Supply for contract ID 2694, contract name, contract location correct. Bid form, duly signed, bill of quantities also signed on every pages, detailed estimates also signed on every pages. Cash flow also signed with the bid amount offered. In words, 1,973,210 pesos and 40 centavos. 1,973,210 pesos and 40 centavos. So since LBRO Construction is a low bidder, this contractor will go for cost qualification and bid valuation that will be conducted by the technical working group for the declaration of loss calculated and response. So I think that's end of our activity for this morning. Any other concern from the block member, from PWG and block secretariat? Hearing none. So this bid opening activity